Improbable as it might sound, riding the bus or light rail in Los Angeles could soon be free. For those who rely on Metro as their primary source of transportation, this idea of free during the pandemic is a lifeline right now. You see, many essential Angelenos use Metro every day. In a county of 10 million people, 1.2 million depend on Metro. Then, of course, COVID-19 came along and personal budgets became tight. Many people lost their jobs and ridership is now down. So let's take a look right now at who relies on Metro. The typical Metro bus rider earns less than $18,000 a year. Now, let's say that they ride the bus to and from work 5 days a week. At $1.75 a ride, that's $70 a month. But remember, this rider is living off less than $1,500 a month. As NBC4's Beverly White shows us right now, a free ride on Metro can mean food on the table.
LA Metro exists to boost mobility and help the environment by getting people out of cars. But bus and rail systems took a major hit due to the pandemic.
When it started, it was empty. It was empty.
That's why reimagining Metro as a free service strikes riders we met as timely and compassionate.
It would be good for me, especially now in the economy, right? So at least you have something to move around and you don't have to worry about paying that.
I ride the bus frequently, so it would have an impact. It would obviously save me money. I think it would be great.
Think about it. It's about, a pass is like close to about $100 a month. That's, some good groceries. That's a nice bill that you can pay off.
Metro tells us only 13% of its operating expenses come from paying passengers, who tell us they'd love to pocket those fares because in this COVID economy, times are tough all over.
Even purchasing plastic tap cards onto which riders load their fares means another expense.
I definitely think it would be put a little bit of money back more in my pocket because, right now everybody's just trying to find work, let alone trying to get to work.
Granted, some riders were skeptical and declined to talk on camera. But those who did are hopeful a fare-less Metro becomes a reality soon.
Money is money, so it's still going to be a very good thing for me. But for sure, for a lot of people, definitely that I see.
I'm a senior, so I don't pay as much as the rest of the people. But I think a lot of people could be helped.
I feel like it's a good proposal. Try it out. Try it out for a year. See what happens. That's what I say.
In East Los Angeles, Beverly White, NBC4 News.
So if no one pays to ride Metro, who pays for Metro? Well, we spoke with Metro CEO Phil Washington. He likes this idea because he sees riding the bus or the train as a public service and not a privilege.
Looking at funding streams, looking at partnerships with whether it's local, state, or federal to fill that gap that we're losing. I believe that just like firefighting, just like policing, that transit should be paid out of the public purse.
Partnerships and funding would have to fill a $50 to $100 million a year collection gap. So what's going to happen next? Metro CEO put together a task force to find a way to eliminate fares, and they'll be reporting back to him by the end of the year. And if all goes as planned, you could put the word free right along the side of buses and trains as early as next year. And if that happens, Los Angeles would become the largest free transit system in the world.